Hello, everyone. It's the Truth Fairy here. Um, my favorite gossip magazine online is Fox News, and sometimes I go there just to be entertained because if I were to take it seriously, I'd probably be really, really upset and hate my life and be miserable all the time because all it is a big steaming pile of propaganda. All the mainstream media is, as you know. So, what we're going to watch here is just a small clip of this news story about Boko Haram. It's another terrorist group, and now they're teaming up with ISIS. Um, as you watch this, I challenge you to kind of pretend instead of Fox News that it's ESPN. And instead of, you know, journalists, so-called journalists, these people are sportscasters slash, news anchors for entertainment shows like uh, E! Online, for example. Go along with our vibe, kind of, just replace those words and kind of see where it puts you. Let's watch.
News. A new report says ISIS and Boko Haram could end up teaming up. So is that really possible? Well, that was almost 2 weeks ago, and now it's official. Boko Haram and ISIS officially teaming up. Congressman Adam Kinzinger joins us. Good evening, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, Greta.
Now, this guy is more like a sportscaster than a congressman. I can't believe he's a U.S. congressman. Just listen to what he says.
Well, I guess 2 weeks ago we didn't think it was going to be a big surprise, and now the news. So what does this mean? ISIS and Boko Haram teaming up.
Well, look, I don't want to overestimate this and overinflate what this means. Boko Haram has existed. They've been a very brutal terror network, kidnapping girls, murdering people. They're going to continue to do that, whether is you're seeing an alignment.
Look at this picture. How can you not smile or laugh when you see this guy? I will say I would probably run from him if he came after me because he does have a gun, and that's pretty scary how he's just holding it around his neck like that.
Of these different radical groups, whether it's Al-Qaeda, whether it's ISIS, Boko Haram, or lesser-known groups in Libya and things like that, that are now beginning to align themselves under one jihadist umbrella and, would have, in essence, the same spiritual leaders and everything else with that. What I've said, and I've been saying this for a while, is when ISIS has momentum, you're going to have easier time recruiting people, you're going to have an easier time bringing other groups under your umbrella, and that's why stopping the momentum of ISIS, killing ISIS members where they exist, and rolling them back from territory they have is so important because, as I've said, everybody's a fan of a certain sports team when they're doing well. When that team's not doing well, it's hard to recruit new fans.
There you go. ISIS is like a sports team, and that's exactly how they're reporting it. Lighthearted, strategic, how can ISIS win the Super Bowl this year? It's just very creepy because it's so desensitized. And, in my opinion, they're trying to make it kind of like a video game or, obviously they're trying to scare us. I'm not saying that because they want, they know fear motivates. But I think maybe now I'm kind of getting the feeling that they want to make it more like a strategic thing that has to happen. And obviously they don't want us to humanize these people. Not these people, because these people are probably actors or, they were probably found on Craigslist or recruited on Craigslist and paid minimum wage for the day or whatever. But my point is, the real people behind these wars and behind these conflicts, which I do believe are real in terms of, people dying, because it's too much trouble to save people. They're just collateral damage to these politicians and the world leaders. But, I think that we're just being so desensitized to war as if it's just a normal thing. And sadly, it has been a normal thing for the past 15, I don't even know how many years. 2001, sorry. It's been a while. Let's put it that way.
All right. Well, to me, this is like one of our worst nightmares because I think what it does is it grows. It gives them so much empowers both groups so much when they join together. So I think this is just horrible. Is this something though that was inevitable, or could we have prevented this?
And of course, you'll have the agenda of the right wing.
I think we could have prevented this. Again, every group, whether it's Boko Haram, whether it's ISIS, whether it's Al-Qaeda, every group wants to survive and wants to kind of take over the competing for that role. Some cases they fight each other. They put out competing press releases in essence against each other. And now what you're seeing is ISIS has taken the mantle of jihadist extremists, the Islamic jihadist group, to be part of. And so now all these groups are falling in line under it. And so you have common leadership and everything else.
So, yada yada. Obviously, he says Obama's not being enough of a leader. We have to go to war. This wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have teamed up and been like one mega superpower terrorist unless, if Obama had just gone to war sooner. So that's obviously BS. We all know that. We've heard it before many, many times. But what scares me is that they're talking about it as if it is ESPN. It's not a terrorist uh, reporting of terrible things happening. This is something very lighthearted and comical to them, and they look at it kind of like a game show or, who's going to be the next top model. Like it's very pop culture driven. And this is scary, guys. Like, and I know you know it is, but I just wanted to kind of point that out because um, it's just, it's not cool. But anyway, have a great day. I will talk to you soon.